Oh my days, oh my days, oh my days. Ladies and gentlemen, just when we thought the drama was coming to an end, just when we thought maybe Todd Bowley has got this done and dusted, the news is that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, it's not over. Is definitely not over.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. I literally just woke up not that long ago. It's quite quite late. I mean, not quite late, as in it's quite late in the afternoon in Bangladesh. I'm so jet lagged, but I was just looking through the news, and whilst because Ramadan is going on, and people are on a very very relaxed nature, chilling and whatnot, and I thought, well, let me just check out some Chelsea news, and I thought Top Bowley's situation was done and dusted. We're gonna have him sign the paperwork, get all of the I suppose, formalities completed. But I'm seeing news that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, it's not over, and he doesn't get into the mix of things if he doesn't feel that there's an opportunity to win. I guess the question now is, what do we want as Chelsea fans? I mean, I know we're not the ones who are deciding any of it, but at the end of the day, it's great to see, such an interest for Chelsea Football Club. Great to see some rich individuals in the sense of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and obviously a consortium in the sense of the Todd Bowley's group, with a lot of money, with a lot of good intent, I suppose. The thing that is, I suppose, positive with Sir Jim Ratcliffe is that he's going to be the sole owner. This man is not messing around. He's got a lot of money to burn. We're going to get to know a little bit about Sir Jim Ratcliffe in this particular video. We're going to look at what has been happening in the last probably 12 hours, not even 24 hours, and look at some of the things that maybe Sir Jim Ratcliffe is saying in terms of statements. They don't really have a particular plan set out as yet, like the other groups have previously, in the sense of Todd Bowley, who's got a proper plan set out. He's met some of the Chelsea personnels in terms of Paul Canavel, Supporters Trust Group. Same with all the other consortiums, Stephen Paluca, Sir Martin Burton. Those guys are out. But yeah, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gone directly to Chelsea. Didn't even go to Rain Group. I mean, this guy is got the bollocks, as they say in England. And let's get on with it. Let's have a look at what some of the initial things that's been talked about. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the statement that's been out by Ineos. Miguel Delaney is the one who has released that. This was 20 hours ago. But it's important to check this out, and then we'll look at some of the latest news. Liam Toomey has stated this is a British bid for a British club. This is a quote from this particular statement. Feels like it's addressed directly to this UK government. I mean, it's interesting that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is talking directly to the government, and let's have a look at the interest. Let's see what this statement is all about. A statement from Ineos. Ineos is the company that Sir Jim Ratcliffe owns. I think 2/3 of it he owns. He's got a massive ownership of it. We'll have a look at what Jim Ratcliffe's net worth is all about, but let's check this statement out first up. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, chairman of Ineos, has made a formal bid for Chelsea FC for 4.25 billion, well above anyone else out there. 2.5 billion is committed to the charitable trust to support victims of the war, with 1.75 committed to investment directly into the club over the next 10 years. Now, consider the fact that I think Todd Bowley is looking at about 1.5 or 1 billion, something around that, over the next 10 years. For me, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, yes, money is a huge factor, but I think the way we spend it is even a bigger factor. There's a particular tweet that's going on. I keep referring this in regards to Liverpool and the kind of business that they've done. Let me see if I can just quickly bring it up on my phone, and it goes something like this. Liverpool in recent times, Diego Jota, 45 million, Luis Diaz, 37 million, Ibrahim Konate, 36 million, Thiago Alcantara, 20 million, and then you add on, obviously, Salah and Mane that they've done. As I said, yes, it's important to have money, but I think it's very more important to know how to spend it. So, look, 1.75 million committed to investment directly into the club over the next 10 years. Now, I don't know whether that is on transfer market or is that on stadium redevelopment as well. It could be a mixture of many things, but that's a lot of money, I suppose, considering, as I said, I think Jose Mourinho, well, we've got 1.5 billion debt that we need to give him. So that's a lot of money. This is a British bid for British club. We believe that a club is bigger than its owners, who are temporary custodians of a great tradition with responsibility to the fans and the community. That is why we are committing to spending 1.75 billion over 10 years. That will be for the direct benefit of the club. We will invest in Stamford Bridge to make it, here we go, so it goes into details, to make it the world-class stadium befitting of Chelsea FC. This will be organic and ongoing so that we will not move away from the home of Chelsea and risk losing the support of loyal fans. We will continue to invest in the team to ensure we have a first-class squad of the world's greatest players, coaches, and support staff in the men's and women's games. And we hope to continue to invest in the academy to provide opportunity for talented youngsters to develop into first-class players. We believe that London should have a club that reflects the stature of the city, one that is held in the same regard as Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Bayern Munich. We intend Chelsea to be that club. We are making this investment as fans of the beautiful game, not as means to turn a profit. We do that with our core businesses. See, this is key, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's statement is saying, we're not buying this necessarily for profit. And do you know what? Look, I've always said since the saga started that no one buys a particular product to not make money out of it. I know a lot of people may say, Abramovich did that. Look, there's always a ulterior motive. I don't want to get into all of that. But in regards to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he really does not need to buy Chelsea to make a profit. This man, and I'll showcase you very soon from what his background is. It's not like he's desperate for more money or he needs to make a lot of profit through Chelsea Football Club, because he's involved in businesses that's making enough money. So from that perspective, I kind of understand what he means. Not as a means to turn a profit. We do that with our core businesses. The club is rooted in its community and its fans, and is our intention to invest in Chelsea FC for that reason. No further comments will be made from Sir Jim Ratcliffe or Ineos during the bidding process ends. Now, look, I just find it very, very interesting that he's come in literally the 11th hour. It just shows the whole shambolic state of this, bidding process. What was the point of this bidding process? How does Rain Group feel knowing that they've taken God knows how long to I suppose eliminate all the different bidders that were involved and finally get to Todd Boehly and have him as the winner? This was going to happen. I mean, it hasn't been made official, but Todd Boehly pretty much won the bidding process. Everything was vetted. It was now down to Todd Boehly meeting Roman Abramovich, signing the paperwork and getting it done and dusted. But now, out of the blue, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has come out and he's spoken to the UK government. And let's be honest, UK government is massively involved in this. As much as we keep thinking, oh no, they're not going to veto any of the sale or this and that, the other. They're the ones who put the sanctions. They're the ones who are controlling somewhat where the finance, not somewhat, in fact, all of it, because none of the money proceeds of sale can go to Roman Abramovich. So it's interesting that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gone directly to the UK government, and UK government could look at this situation and think, why not? You British-owned, a British club owned by a British personnel, British individual who's bringing in a lot of money. My only concern, I suppose, is has it been fair? Has it, I suppose, is the question of fairness, does it even matter? Because I feel like Todd Bowley, he's gone through the entire process without any complaints, without any, um, following the rules and regulations of it. And so Jim Ratcliffe just said, you know what, F the process. I'll just come in and swoop, more like that 90th minute winner, long ranger screamer. I don't know in this scenario if that's all okay. These are some of the latest stuff that's been coming out from The Athletic, ladies and gentlemen. Todd Bowley's group has not yet entered into an exclusivity agreement with Chelsea, and while in theory they have a week to complete a deal, the process has taken on a new look. Jim Ratcliffe's bid has not been ruled out and was sent directly to Chelsea Group. Chelsea, not the Rain Group, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Phillips does correct that, directly to Chelsea and not Rain. Let's have a look at some of the other latest stuff that's going on. It appears that the race to buy Chelsea is not yet completely over, or at least as clear as Todd Bowley has won. I think Jim Ratcliffe still has a decent chance personally. I don't think he goes into these things unless he thinks he has a very good chance. Interesting days ahead. Yeah, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, let's have a quick look at his background. This is what it is. Sir James Arthur Ratcliffe, FICME, born in 1952, is a Monaco-based British billionaire, chemical engineer turned financier and industrialist. Ratcliffe is the chairman and chief executive officer of the Ineos Chemical Group, which he founded in 1998, and of which he still owns 2/3, and which has been estimated to have a turnover of 15 billion in 2019. Turnover of 15 billion in 2019. We're not talking about, this is not some jokes money. This is ridiculous kind of money that they're turning over. He does not have a high public profile and has been described by the Sunday Times as publicly shy. As of May 2018, he was the richest person in the UK with a net worth of 21.05 billion. As of April 2020, Bloomberg Billionaires Index estimated his net worth at 28.2 billion, 55th richest in the world and second in the UK. In September 2020, Ratcliffe officially changed his tax residence from Hampshire to Monaco, a move that is estimated to save him 4 billion in taxes. They all do that. They go to Monaco to evade taxes, which very, very normal for these type of people. But 28.2 billion as of 2022. This is ridiculous money we are talking about. Let's have a look at some more news in this particular situation. This is another one. A source close to Roman Abramovich has not completely ruled out the Jim Ratcliffe bid for Chelsea from the running, but it is expected the billionaire communicated his interest too late to Rain, the American bank handling the sale, Jacob Steinberg. I mean, you tell me, ladies and gentlemen, is it fair that he's come in this late and skipped all the process and pretty much stealing the show? Is that fair on Todd Bowley, who's, has followed the rules and regulation, abiding by the rules and regulation? Here's another one from Simon Phillips, who's quote tweeting Liam Toomey. Liam Toomey stating, Bowley is in pole position, struggling to understand why Ratcliffe Ineos would go public so late without being given serious encouragement by Rain, Chelsea that they could still win. Billionaires don't generally like to be seen to fail, which is true. Why would Sir Jim Ratcliffe get in on this if he thought there was no chance? Obviously, he's going in because he thinks there's probably an opportunity. This was obviously, the video that I did just before this one in the last 12 hours or so. The Bowley-led ownership consortium now preferred Chelsea bidder, but Jim Ratcliffe has not been ruled out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you feel. In my last video, when I was talking about Todd Bowley winning, there was quite a few people commented saying that Miz, don't get too excited. We don't know what Todd Bowley. The thing that does for me with Todd Bowley is the history of him in being owning sporting clubs. LA Dodgers. I think he's got some involvement in other areas as well. proper plan for Chelsea, data-driven, stadium redevelopment, branding Chelsea as a global brand, looking at getting a technical director, his know-how of running a club. LA Dodgers, he did the same thing. It wasn't necessarily buying the best players, but buying players that fit the philosophy of the club. And I think this is what we want to do with Chelsea Football Club. With Sir Jim Ratcliffe, yes, there's a lot of money, but what understanding does he have in terms of running a club? Now, you could very well say maybe he doesn't want to run the club. He will own it, much like Roman, and employ who knows how to run the club, which is just as fine. But yeah, you let me know, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel about this situation? I don't know. Look, I was all team Todd Bowley. I still am. But if someone's bringing in that much dough, which is going to have a massive impact on the bigger scheme of things, if he hires the right people to run the show, who am I to say no to all of that? But you let me know. I'm still team Todd Bowley, because I feel like it's unfair how someone can just come in this late and just take everything away. You would have to feel for Todd Bowley if he was to get done, right? Like this right at the end. And I think he would have every right to then put up a protest and say, what's going on here? Like, has this guy not been in the breeding process one bit, comes in and speaks directly to the government, speaks directly to Chelsea, when obviously they never did that. They followed a process. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I would love to know how you feel about all of this. Take care and see you.